Hello, 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 hello. Time. Dear judges, what a great day. In these 15 minutes, we're going to have a unique experience that will help us feel and understand more the extraordinary world of flavor, playing with our senses and perception. I want it to be a really dynamic and interactive encounter. So, let's break the ice and get closer while we drink our milk-based beverages. In the meantime, I ask you to read the brief introduction that I made for you. So please, take it and read it in the meantime. Sorry about this. Great. Very well. If there's something I enjoy a lot, it's a sweet and creamy cappuccino. It just made a good moment even better. The cappuccino that I'm making to you is quite special. This is because of the amazing coffee that I'm using, of course, but also because of the milk that I brought. This is a local milk that was processed to concentrate its fat and sugar content much more. This was done to eliminate 20% of the water in a gently mode. Enjoy it. Now, when we do this, we get a much richer milk in terms of flavor and texture. Now, what I'm going to do is to add 100 ml of foam and milk to a 10 grams in and 20 grams of espresso. Enjoy it. By doing this, we get a rich cappuccino with great sweetness, milk spread, and peanut butter notes. The mouthfeel is smooth and creamy, and enhanced with the temperature reminds to white chocolate. Enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it so much. Enjoy it. Perfect. Now let's start with the fun part. In front of you there are boxes with four key elements. Sorry. These elements will be present in your espressos as flavor notes. So what I want you to do is to put your hand inside the boxes, so break that golden paper, so you can touch those elements. Focus in your touch sense. Feel the shape, the weight, and the texture. Let's see if you can recognize them just by touch, okay? After that, we're going to add, please do it, put your hands, yeah? Break it, that's it. And touch the 4 elements. Great. After that, please focus in your sight sense. For this, you have these 4 plates with 4 different colors. These colors belong to one of the objects inside the box, okay? Each one is for one object inside the box. So touch, see, focus in your senses. In the meantime, I'm going to make and brew your espressos. Great. Now that you have all this information, I'm sure that you have a good idea of what's inside the boxes. The thing is that our brain takes each particular stimulus received by the respective sense and then transform it into perception. Combining all the information available, it creates mental representations or objects. Our memory is fundamental in this process. This is amazing. But what about flavor? To experience flavor, we're going to use the espressos. But first, please look at the beautiful crema. After that, remove with your spoon 5 times. By doing this, you will mix the espresso components, and this will be helpful in the next part. Enjoy it. Excellent. Now, we're going to make 3 sips, right? This is why, wait a second, this is why we mix the components. But we're going to isolate 2 senses, the sight sense and the smell sense. So what I want you to do is to use your eye covers in this way. Put it here, please. Here you have it. Yeah? Wear them, but don't block your eyes yet. Great. Now, hold your cup. Awesome. Now, what you are going to block your sight sense, and then you are going to clip your nose. Great. Do it gently and breathe by your mouth. Now, look. Clip your nose. And let's take a first sip. Taste sense is in our tongue. So what are we tasting? Sourness. We feel a mid-level, rich malic and citric acidity. Bitterness is also present, but in a lower level. It's helping balance the acidity. Now, sweetness. Sweetness is a special part of coffee. The actual amount of sugar is low to be sensed by our tongue. Although this coffee has a higher sugar content, it's still hard to sense a strong sweetness. Now, to notice how sweetness increases because of the combination of retronasal smell sense and the taste sense, let's take another sip and then release your nose and exhale. There you have flavor. When we combine taste sense and retronasal smell sense, something beautiful and complex appears. We have now a complete palette of perceptions. In this case, we have jasmine notes, lime, peach, and green apple. Let's take a final sip like you normally do, but focus in your touch sense. Feel the weight, the texture, and the density. Almost 90% of your espresso is water, but in the other half we have different components that help us feel this fluid different. In this case, we have a mid body with a syrupy and silky texture, and the finish is long and lingering. Now, our brain takes the information around us and tell us what we have. If we have all this information, and if I come from Panama, your brain may tell you that your coffee is a Panamanian Geisha. So please now, guys, you can release your sight sense. Great. Let me introduce you the farm where your coffee came from. It's Morgan State. When you're ready, please come and join me in this other table. It's time for your signature drinks. Yeah? Excellent. Well, flavors make memories. And with this recipe, with this coffee, I want it to be literal. Its ingredients and preparation reminds me the coffee farm and all what made me fall in love with it. Okay? So the first thing, we're going to pour here the espressos. And we're going to add 40 grams of apple juice. This apple juice reminds you the malic acidity and will give a sweet and sour balance to the beverage. Very well. Now, the coffee process is a natural carbonic maceration. Jameson Savage, the producer, put the coffee cherries in a CO tank, in a steel tank, and put CO2. Okay, that gave you the clarity and cleanness in your coffee. I'm going to do kind of the same thing. I put the coffee with the apple juice in this steel container, and now 5 grams of CO2. I'll let mix the flavors here, and now we're going to make coffee cherries. How? Here we have a cascara infusion for those same coffee cherries. Now what I'm going to do is to add 6 grams of this infusion. The thing is that this infusion has another ingredient. It is alginate. Alginate is a kind of seaweed that doesn't give any flavors. But when it's combined with calcium that I add to this water before, it creates a membrane, giving you like some kind of capsule. Now, I had to dissolve the calcium and the arginate before because they take too long to be dissolved. In this beverage, you will feel molasses and honey sweetness, tamarind flavors. On the mouthfeel will be creamy first, and then will be syrupy. Excellent. Now we pour here. When you try the beverage, please make 2 sips. First will be the apple juice and the espresso, like a foam, okay? And then you will notice how all the flavors combine when they get in contact with the coffee cherry. Drink the entire beverage, please, so you can taste the cherries. We now rinse to remove the calcium. Okay, this one. Okay, and now we serve. Guys, thank you so much for being here. For me, it has been a pleasure. Enjoy so much your beverage. Enjoy it. Thank you. Guys, for me, coffee is my life, but it's not the most important thing. For me, the most important thing is how we share cups and moments like this because of the coffee. Thank you for being here. This is my time. Thank you.